Let's go. Alright, now I'm going to show you guys, the teachers, good evening, good night, good morning teachers, wherever you are in the world. I'm going to be showing you how to use the Google Forms to create your tests and how to share it with more than one class, that is. Alright, so let's go. So the first thing you're going to be doing is to look for the Google Apps button. Can you see the Google Apps button? It's right there. So you're going to click on it. Then what's next? Click on Classroom. You got that right. So for today, I'm going to choose the Holy Trinity High Staff Room group. Then I'm going to click on Classwork. Then I'm going to click on Create. Now, if you notice, when I click on Create, it gives me several options. Assignment, quiz assignment, question, material, reuse post, and topic. Now, you can, for the diagnostic tests, you can click on material if you wish, or you can click on quiz assignment. Now, because we want to share the diagnostic tests with more than one class, and the teacher who is doing the diagnostic tests might not be a subject teacher for those classes. For example, let's say that I am a third form teacher, but because I had the current fourth form students, I am asked to write the third form diagnostic test for the current fourth form students. Then I will use material. Alright? Now, and let's call it third form diagnostic test. Good. Now, if you notice, it's only showing one class on this side. So for other classes to see it, I would have to select the other classes that I would like to see it. So I'll click on this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, and this one. So when I click on those, it simply means that those 7 classes will see the diagnostic tests. Good. Now, I must choose where I want it to go. So if I want it, let's say that I created a section called diagnostic tests. Good. Alright. Now, please note that this diagnostic test could have been created using any Google Forms from your Google Drive, and then the link would have been copied, and then you could click on add and add the link. Good. So let's see if I could search my Google Drive, see if I could find a test. My drive. Alright, well, these are not tests, these are some sheets, but just going to use it for example. Just for example. So if I click on this, I could insert that. Good. Alright. But let us just create one. And forms. Alright. So now I'm going to be creating my diagnostic test. Now the first thing you have to do is go to the settings button, which is this button right here. Then I'm going to click on quizzes. But before I go to that, I want to collect the students' email addresses. I want them to get a response receipt always, and I'm going to restrict to users. So you want the student to use their old Trinity High School email address, and you don't want them to redo the diagnostic test several times, so you click on limit to one response. Then do not check these. You click on save. I'll go back again to settings, click on presentation, do not interfere with these. So once the student submits the diagnostic test, they'll receive a confirmation message that says your response has been recorded. Okay, there's nothing to save because we made no changes. So you click on quizzes. Now, because we did not use quiz assignment, then it will not automatically become a quiz. But for us to now make it a quiz, then we have to click on this circle here and make this a quiz. So assign point values to questions and allow auto grading. Alright, so let's scroll down. You can release the grade immediately after each submission or later after manual review. You can choose which one you want. Now respondents can see missed questions, correct answers, points values. That is up to you. Leave that to your discretion. So you click on save. Now, you might be reading this. Respondents aren't allowed to open tabs or other applications while taking this quiz. This feature is only available to schools using managed Chromebooks. So, we are not using managed Chromebooks, are you? If you were fortunate to have a managed Chromebook, then you click on turn on lock mode. But unfortunately, you might not be using such. So we'll click on save. Alright. So you have sorted out your settings first. Then you're going to give your quiz a title. So I'm going to call this third form. And you don't have to put it in diagonal. You don't have to put third form. Alright? 1 second there, please. Okay, so let's resume. Now, if you had typed up the test before on Microsoft Word, you would upload it to your Google Drive, open it, and then you could, copy your instructions. But what I would do first is to request the student's name. And then you must click on the required button. Then you're going to add another question. And this time you're going to ask the student to select the form or select your class. Then you use multiple choice because it cannot be more than one class at the same time, right? So you can write, let's say it's 301, 302, 303, 304, 305, 306, 307, 308. Good. So you would have that. Now if you want to put your instructions here, you could copy the instructions. And then you go over to the quiz. You paste your instructions here. There you go. But of course you can see on the line below. So you could change this and put on the line the space provided, right? On the space provided. So you see I can edit the information after I actually paste it. Now, if you click here, you notice what happens? Okay. So now we have our grade and we have our class. If you want to put the teacher's name, that's an option for you. But we're going to start off now with the section. So notice what happens. So section 1 of 2. So we're now at section A. So this could be a multiple choice section. Section A. And if you have an instruction for section A, you might go ahead and write it there. But one little problem here. This is not supposed to be here. So hold on there. Let's move section to, not like that. Let's cancel this. It was at the wrong place. I'm going to delete that. It was at the wrong place. So let me do that work for you. So we went to add a question. Let's put back everything. So name. And we add another question. And the other question would have been, select class, right? I'm not going to rewrite everything again. Select class. And you give the students the options. You could use a drop down arrow, make things easier for them. So you could say 301, 302, 303. And I'm just going to use those three classes for now. How about that, right? And you must ensure to click on required. Check on this one. You must ensure that they select the type that. Then now, after that now to not make the same mistake that I did, so you're going to go down and ensure the section is at the end. Very good. So it's correct now. So now we can call this now section A. And as I said before, if you have a description to give, you can give your description right there. So now I'm going to click on this add button and have my first question. So if you had typed up a question before, you don't have to retype again. You just go to your question, copy the question, go back to the test, and you're going to paste the question. And for those who don't know how to use a keyboard, you can just put Ctrl V to paste. Now I'm going to copy the multiple choice options now. Now watch this now, Pay close attention. So I'm going to copy all of them. Then I'm going to go back to the test. Watch this. Abra. Cadabra. See? Everything pays one time. Then you must select required, but you have to click on answer key. You have to give them a point. So 1 mark. Choose your correct answer. Well, don't ask me. I'm just going to choose one. Then click on done. Let's try that again. So look for click again, add a question. Add a question. Another multiple choice question again. So I look for my question. I'll copy that. Paste my question.